Welcome everyone to another episode of Humorous Mode. Welcome everyone to the Go Home edition of Monday Night Raw before the Bash, as we are live here tonight from Seattle, Washington. And ladies and gentlemen, a fellow Washington native in the animal, Batista, he will be in a tag team match in the main event of Raw here tonight. He's going to team up with number one contender for the WWE Championship, John Cena, as they're both going to team up to take on, well, a very unorthodox team to say the least, of the Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the current WWE Champion himself, the Viper, Randy Orton. Of course, Orton and Cena, they meet at the Bash, where Orton looks to stay being the fighting champion. He looks to stay being WWE Champion, and well, he has successfully defended the title against the likes of Batista and Edge. Defeated Batista at Backlash, defeated Edge at Extreme Rules, can he defeat John Cena at the Bash? Of course, this is a new founded attitude of John Cena, a more vicious streak to him, a more demeanor that's more negative than it is of positive. Will this new demeanor of Cena help him out? We shall see what happens at the Bash. Well, we shall also get a sneak peek of their one-on-one encounter at the Bash as the tag team matchup here tonight. And of course, Stone Cold, he's making a very rare appearance here tonight on Raw. His last appearance was a couple weeks back, in which he had a one-on-one matchup against the Animal Batista, just before Batista had his matchup against Orton at Backlash, so that was a while back. And ladies and gentlemen, ultimately, Batista did defeat Stone Cold Steve Austin, ironically enough. But Batista came up short against Orton at Backlash, so we shall see how that plays out in this tag matchup here tonight. As anyway, now Evan Bourne, ladies and gentlemen, the high-flying, always fun to see in that ring, Evan Bourne. As you see right there. Looks super happy to be here. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a fatal four-way. R-Truth is a former United States champion. Can become a two-time United States champion here tonight, because it's going to be a number one contender's fatal four for the United States Championship. Whoever wins this one will challenge Sheamus at the Bash for the United States title this Sunday. And who knows, it could actually even be this man, John Morrison. Of course, Sheamus, these past couple weeks on Raw, he has had a couple of United States Championship Open challenges. First one, I believe, was against John Morrison. He defeated Morrison, made him tap out to a bow and arrow submission maneuver. And if he didn't make him tap out, then I believe he at least pinned him off of that. Either way. And of course, the week after that, Sheamus did one, and the one to answer this time was R-Truth. Truth, ironically enough, defeated Sheamus, and then Truth held a United States Championship Open Challenge of his own the following week, and by the following week, last week, and well, let's just say Truth only had a week title run with the United States title, because he held the United States title for a week. He did another United States Championship Open Challenge, last week's edition of Raw. He lost it to, well, former champion Sheamus. Now, Sheamus is now a two-time United States champion. So, Truth, he held the title for 7 days. 7-day title run, not really that impressive. Sheamus is now, well, first or two-time United States champion here in Humorous Mode. Not the first or two-time champion in general, as that record belongs to current Divas champion Melina, who shall also be in tag action later on tonight. And anyway, William Regal now going to rush down here. Well, Regal, he's also in this fail four right now, charging at Morrison. Truth and Evan Bourne now getting inside the ring. And well, ladies and gentlemen, this matchup has just begun. Regal, of course, he is actually undefeated here in Humorous Mode. He is, I believe, he's 4-0. Morrison and Truth don't have on much impressive records, as they are actually currently both, respectively, heading into this matchup. At least they are both 2-5. While Evan Bourne, he's a little different. He heading into this matchup is 3-3, and Regal heading into this matchup is 4-0. Regal is undefeated here in Humorous Mode. We shall see if he could actually stay undefeated. He could actually end up being 5-0 here if he gets a big victory in this fail four-way. Not to mention, he could challenge Sheamus for the United States Championship at the Bash if he also wins this. So, you know, unless if he has to have a matchup on Superstars and lose that one, then. But otherwise than that, he will be undefeated if he wins this one. And now, half and half suplex by Regal. An amazing grappler, amazing technician. Launching Morrison, then launching Bourne. Halfway across the ring right there. William Regal, if you ask me, he's my pick to win this whole damn thing. Not because he's undefeated, but of course Regal, A veteran of the business, and I believe those brass knuckles just came into play right there. Well, it doesn't matter. Usually Regal will have to sneak it or something like that, but it doesn't really matter. No disqualification rules in this fatal 4-way matchup here, so it's all legal for Regal to use those brass knuckles. Of course, usually in a regular, a regular rules type matchup, it's a disqualification. If Regal is seen using those brass knuckles, it's now Regal. This is also legal here. Using the tables, we got a couple of nifty weapons under there. And Regal just getting wind. I'm not going to launch the table to the outside. I don't really know what he's doing. But anyway, Regal, he is my pick to win. Of course, Evan Bourne has history with Sheamus. I believe at one point he actually did defeat Sheamus in the first episode of Viewers Mode, actually. He defeated Sheamus. The matchup, I believe, was restarted. And I believe Sheamus won shortly after. I could be mistaken, though. But I do remember Sheamus and Evan Bourne having a matchup. Not really sure if it was non-title or not. But if it was for the United States Championship, then ultimately Sheamus did prevail. So Bourne does have history with Sheamus. Truth, obviously, as well, because he lost the United States Championship back to Sheamus last week. Morrison, because I believe 2 or 3 weeks ago, lost the United States Championship Open Challenge. The only one who doesn't really have anything associated with Sheamus in the past, or as of the last couple of weeks as well, which I guess counts as past, is William Regal. So he could be a new factor for Sheamus. And now as we got Truth and Regal here, and Morrison and Evan Bourne. Interesting dynamics here. Especially interesting between Regal and Truth, but an amazing one between Evan Bourne and John Morrison. You could watch those two flip around the ring all day and still be entertained. That's now Morrison looking to use that trash can to his advantage, hitting Regal once again. Take him down, Regal crumbling down to the ground. And Bourne now going to use that table, never mind, because Morrison is quicker as he uses that trash can. Morrison now, he's hurt. This matchup has taken a toll on him already, rightfully so. And now has the arm here. Regal working on the arm. So like I said, Regal, he is my fan favorite heading into this one. He has nothing associated with Sheamus. He is a veteran of the business. If you ask me, I believe he deserves it. He deserves one last good run. He deserves one last good run here in the WWE. And who knows, probably that one last good run could be, a United States Championship run. Whether if it's like for a week, like Truth's title run, or maybe even for a day. Because if he is to win this matchup, head to the Bash, win against Sheamus, then, hold it for 24 hours until Raw comes around. Maybe do a United States Championship Open Challenge, which is a trend. That's Regal, I believe, just hit the ref. Didn't fully see it right there. I believe he launched him, though. And now, here we go. Headlock as the charging thing, and we missed the elbow to the head right there, but over there. And now a couple of nice strikes right there by by Truth to Morrison. Of course, these two are actually tag team partners. They came up short for a unified tag team titles in a ladder match at Extreme Rules. They came up short against Jeremiz. And of course, Jeremiz will defend those tag titles against the Hart Dynasty come the Bash. That should be pretty exciting. And of course, we had a couple 1-1 matches between Jeremiz and Hart Dynasty members. And well, Miz, I believe, got victory over Dave Hart Smith in the latest episode of Smackdown, while last week's edition of Raw, Tyson Kidd picked up an upset victory over Chris Jericho. Jericho ran into Tyson Kidd. Kidd was able to catch him, I believe, into a small package inside Cradle and got the upset. And we now butterfly suplex right there by William Regal to Evan Bourne. And R-Truth and John Morrison, well, they're not going to be teaming up here tonight. Well, they could definitely team up against Bourne and Regal, which is an interesting dynamic, because at this point you think they'll all be going for Regal. Regal, of course, the least liked of these 4 men, but the most experienced as well. As Bourne going to break up that pinfall attempt right there. Truth almost got another shot, the nicest championship right there. But you got to have eyes in the back of your head. That's serious. Nice double team maneuver by Bourne. And Truth taking down the veteran that is Regal. Bourne now right in front of both Morrison and Truth. Not sure how wise that was, but Bourne getting desperate here. Of course, Regal was going to kick out, and of course, R-Truth and Morrison was going to break it up. One of the two was going to happen. It ended up being Truth breaking it up. Now go behind here by Regal. Elbow right to the back. As Morrison and Truth now tag team partners being enemies here in this fatal 4-way. I see right there. Truth taking down Morrison. And Evan Bourne now. This could actually be it here. 2 and no. Truth breaks it up just in time right there. I thought Bourne had it. Not gonna lie. Really do want Regal to win, but I thought Bourne had it for a second. And now hit with the back. Hit in the back with that mop, I guess. And now what a DDT right there by Jomo. John Morrison looking to get another shot at the United States Championship. Can he do it here tonight? As now Regal, now what in the hell? Holy shit! That was amazing. I have no idea what that was, but that was amazing. Regal, what maneuver right there to Truth, and Truth is hurt. Rightfully so, because, wow, Truth just got murdered. And now, oh, what's this? Regal has Bourne DDT onto the chair. Bourne is down. And now Regal with that steel chair. And looking to Evan Bourne. And he gets the connection right there. And now he's going to hit our Truth. DDT for him onto the chair. One for Bourne and one for Truth. And now, what a kick right there. But Bourne didn't get out of it, though. Of course, those kicks are usually devastating. Didn't really get out of it that time. And now here we go. Go behind by William Regal. The only undefeated one in this matchup here. He's 4-0. Can he be 5-0 if he is to win this matchup here? And now Truth, nice strike right there to Evan Bourne. And now Truth is looking for here. Has him up in a suplex. Takes him down right there. And now William Regal occupied by John Morrison. Gonna send Morrison off the ropes. And now has him. Never mind. Morrison too fast for Regal. Regal is of course a little older and Morrison a little younger. Equals him being faster. And now butterfly suplex once again. But this time it's gonna be delivered to our Truth instead of Evan Bourne, I believe. And now John Morrison and Evan Bourne. Two high flyers in this matchup. And to the outside goes Bourne. He does a little flying of his own. But not on the offensive. If anything. Well, the opposite of offensive. Not defensive, but bottom line didn't work out too well for Bourne. As now Morrison. Well, there we go. Right there. Bourne taking down with the double knees. Kick in the air. Misses wildly in our Truth right there. And now elbow right across the head. Right there by William Regal. And now this could be it. Bourne. No, but that was going to get a quick victory right there. Cove actually stole it right there. But Regal was able to notice it. And was able to break it up ultimately. And now, what's this? Hurricane Rana here, right there. Nicely done by Evan Bourne. And Morrison with the kick to William Regal. And now springboard right there. Leg drop. Springboard leg drop by Evan Bourne. Gets the connection on to our Truth. And DDT by John Morrison. All three men are down. Morrison is the only one up. He's going to pin Truth. Evan Bourne's down. Regal's hurt. Can he make it there in time? And no, he cannot. John Morrison is the #1 contender for the United States Championship. Well, Regal got taken down, and of course Evan Bourne went flying right there. The springboard leg drop got one hell of a beautiful connection onto our Truth, and then Morrison was able to do just an amazing looking DDT, and was able to just get Evan Bourne's pinfall right there. John Morrison is heading to the Bash. He's going to head to the Bash, and he is going to face Sheamus for the United States Championship. As now, here's the graphic, ladies and gentlemen. Your final matchup for the Bash. A total of 8 matches to happen at the Bash, and there's your 8th and final one. All matches are now confirmed, and that is your latest confirmed one. And your last confirmed one, I should say, John Morrison will challenge Sheamus for the United States Championship. So Morrison, just like his tag team partner R-Truth, he gets a second chance. Well, not really, because Truth didn't really get a second chance. Sheamus got a second chance. Whatever. Anyway, the Buzz have already made their way into the ring. And now the Divas champion. The greatest diva in this whole universe. Melina. Hopefully she can hold that title for a very long time. Of course, she did lose it at Extreme Rules to Gail Kim in like a 7-8 minute match. But it was a pretty good matchup though. Ultimately, of course, the Raw after Extreme Rules, Natalya defeated Gail Kim in a non-title contest. Melina got her rematch clause the week after, I believe. Melina ultimately won. And now we're here, because Gail Kim is going to get her rematch clause at the Bash. And Natalya, since she defeated Gail Kim while Gail Kim was Divas champion in a non-title contest, Natalya will also get a title shot. And so it's going to be a triple threat at the Bash between Melina, Natalya, and Gail Kim. As there you go. The greatest entrance in the history of this universe month as well. As Melina, the Divas champion, in the ring. And well, she has a tag team partner. Not Gail Kim, it's actually going to be Natalya. This is going to be another Natalya appearance. Of course, the first week of Raw after Extreme Rules ultimately was one of her rare appearances here in Universe Month, because she doesn't really have many, but, well, she made it count by defeating Gail Kim. And now, can she make this one count in the go-home show before the Bash pay-per-view? Because now, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, Natalya. Natalya, impressive victory over Gail Kim. Gail Kim just did a crossbody, springboard crossbody, and got nothing. Natalia just stood in front of her, wore down the leg for a couple seconds, then got the sharpshooter, and well, made Gail Kim tap out. Nothing too fancy about it, but either way, still impressive. So Natalia, can she become the Divas champion? I mean, hopefully not, because Melina is obviously going to stay Divas champion. She has to, come on. She lost it, and then like 2-3 weeks after she lost it, she won it back. That shows how impressive this woman is. Not to mention the fact that she's the only ever 2-time Divas champion in history of this universe, although this has only been spanning for 3 months in game time. But whatever. About to be 3 months in game time once we get to Bash, I believe. Or whatever. But of course, she's also the first ever 2-time champion in general. Sheamus is the second ever 2-time champion in general. But Melina in general is the first ever 2-time champion, which makes it impressive. And she's probably going to even be the first ever 3-time champion in general. As I have no idea which Bella this is. I believe this is Brie Bella, I would assume. Yeah, it's Brie Bella. And now done kick things off against Melina, of course. And a couple weeks ago on Superstars, we had one hell of a matchup. And by one hell of a matchup, I mean one hell of a very repetitive and horrible matchup between Eve and Nikki Bella. 16 minutes. Nikki Bella ultimately won some way, somehow. So yeah, was not enjoyable at all. But I digress. Anyway, here we go. Brie Bella now on the offensive onto the current Divas champion, Melina. Hopefully, Melina does not get pinned or submitted here in this match, or else, that puts the Bellas in the equation. Well, whichever Bella it is that actually pins her or submits her in this matchup, which it won't happen, but if it was in a weird alternate reality that has a 0.0001% chance of happening. But in a type of reality like that, if that was to ever happen, then yeah, let's just hope it doesn't. Anyway, now the Bellas double team advantage and slapping the taste out of Melina's mouth right there. And now, what in the hell, neckbreaker right there. Backwards see it, neckbreaker on the part of Brie Bella. Now going to lift up the Divas champion. And now that I hate that maneuver so much, saw that so many times in that Nikki Bella and Eve matchup. Very repetitive. Not prepared to see it again. Anyway, now off the ropes goes the Divas champion. The most impressive diva in this whole universe mode. And if you don't agree with me, well then your case is wrong. And we know Melina definitely gonna have to make the tag to Natalia. I have to admit that. Melina's not indestructible. Is she amazing? Yes. Is she indestructible? I mean, sometimes, but at this time it's not the best of cases. That's not Natalia. She had an impressive performance against Gail Kim. I know I keep saying that, but it was true. It was very true. And now into the corner goes Brie Bella. Now Natalia gonna charge up. After her, gonna tag back in the Divas champion Melina. Here we go, double team maneuver. See, great tag chemistry already. And there we go, hip toss right there. Nicely done on both women's parts right there. Then gotta think Gail Kim is watching backstage. Sheer snapmare right there by Melina, taking down Brie Bella. So far, Nikki, she hasn't got tagged in at all in this matchup. It's been pretty good tag work here by both Melina and Natalia. Now Melina working down the leg of Brie Bella, hopefully to make Natalia do a sharpshooter, which this could actually be it right now, because now, after wearing down the leg for a short period of time, Natalia could ultimately capitalize later on. Missed the discus right there, but they're going to retry that, didn't get off of it that time. And now, okay, Natalia's just effing everything up here. And now Brie Bella going to take advantage off of Natalia's mistakes, taking her down right there with a hip toss, arm drag, whatever you want to call it. And Nikki Bella finally going to get tagged inside the ring here. And so now there's Nikki Bella versus Natalia here in this tag matchup here on Raw. And now Bulldog it connects by Nikki Bella. And now Nikki Bella setting up here, gets a dropkick to connect right to the temple of Natalia. Nicely done on Nikki Bella's part right there as Brie Bella looking to cheer on her fellow twin sister. And now off the ropes goes Natalia. And down she goes right there. Of course, the Bash looking like a stat card so far. Total of 8 matches have been confirmed, and I believe that has to be it. All those 8 matches, that's it for the Bash. Of which are, of course, title matches. Every single title here in Universe Mode is being defended. The latest one that has been announced, and the final one to be announced, I would like to say as well. Of course, the United States Championship, Sheamus and John Morrison. Well, for it was a couple minutes ago. Ultimately, John Morrison won that one. I want Regal to win, but congratulations to John Morrison. Nicely done on his part, taking advantage as well. Most likely that would have been Evan Bourne's pinfall victory or Truth then, if Bourne was able to capitalize. For example, if Morrison and Regal were both down instead of just it being Regal down. But anyway, now I digress. Natalia now gonna make the tag in to the Divas champion Melina, the best diva in this whole universe mode, and now Nikki Bella, a couple of shots right there, not too happy about that. Into the corner she goes. Melina definitely does not want to be in the corner of the Bellas. From a competition standpoint, obviously. And now crossbody right there, assisted one right there. But if it was from a regular standpoint, then I believe no one will mind being next to both Bellas. But competition-wise, when you're trying to win a matchup, and when you're a female, then, obviously you don't want to beat her. Anyway, now I'm just going to say that's a snap mirror. I'm not even sure what that is. It's just, it's horrible to look at. And Nick Butt's just going to keep doing it because she hurt me. And now, going to send Melina into the middle of the ring here. I don't like this. I don't like what this looks like, Reba. Now, she's got Natalia off the ring apron, I believe. I'm not fully sure. What's happening here? Why did this lag? I have no idea. And spare! We saw this on Superstars by Nikki Bella to Eve a couple weeks back on Superstars, I believe 2 weeks back. And now the ref doesn't even know where the hell to go. And now Natalia, she's going to break it up. Good job, Natalia. Keeping this team alive. The Melina could have obviously kicked out herself, but conserve energy. She probably was going to conserve energy. She was most likely going to kick out at 2. That was a 1 count, I believe. Anyway, now the best. Going back to these tactics. Since it's Melina, I would be saying that they are cheap, but I'm going to have to... A part of me is going to have to stay unbiased at some points. It's smart. It's very smart. And now, Nikki Bella lifting up a fatigued Melina. And now Melina, fighting spirit here, proving to us why she's such a great Divas champion. Never mind, right to the leg. And now misses that strike wildly. She's going to have to make a tag to Natalia. As much as I hate to admit it, Melina needs help. Of course, Melina successfully defended the Divas Championship at Backlash against Nikki Bella. And of course, against Gail Kim ultimately as well. No, she didn't. I'm lying. Because Extreme Rules, she lost it to Gail Kim, I mean. But a couple weeks back on Raw, she won it back. So it goes hand in hand. Anyway, now after another spear, Melina, she's not going to let Nikki Bella pin her. Good. But Melina, she is hurt. She's going to have to make a tag into Natalia. And now, I hate this move so much. I'm just going to say it's a snap mirror. It's probably not a snap mirror. But I'm going to say it is. It's like a weird-ass snap mirror variation or something like that. Although I highly doubt it is, but whatever. Anyway, now elbow drop right there by Nikki Bella. The Bella's looking to gain some much needed momentum and also derail the momentum of both Natalia and Melina heading into the bash. Which I really don't appreciate, but competition standpoint, you have no problem with that. Anyway, now Brie Bella here. Getting tagged back inside the ring. Nikki Bella has done majority of the work for her so far. And Brie looking to capitalize as it would get the Bulldog to connect onto Melina. Melina, she's hurt. And I don't like it. And now Brie, what's this? Not again. I hate that move. That's snap mirror. We're going to call it a snap mirror. For some reason, it's her signature. Don't know why, but we're there. And now, Brie, what's this? What the hell is this? X Factor. Brie Bella with her best X-Pac impersonation. I mean, it was a shitty X Factor, but whatever. This could actually be it. Send Melina into the middle of the ring. Is this going to be it? No, come on, Melina. Kick out, kick out. 2. It's 2. And no, Natalia saves it. 2.9. That has to be the closest 2 count in this whole universe mode. In the history of this universe mode, that has to be the closest 2 count. And Natalia hits both Bella and Melina there. But Melina going to take advantage now. There we go. Face planting down. Brie Bella. Onto Matt and Natalia trying to rile up the crowd here. It's working out pretty well if you ask me. And now Melina back inside this matchup. Gonna make a comeback most likely. I would like to think so. Or tag in Natalia. That also works out well. No complaints. That's now Natalia with the stare down with Brie Bella right there. Low anticlimactic. Nice European uppercut right there. But on the case of Natalia, gonna tag him back. Melina here. Back and forth. Tag game is working out well to their advantage. I'll have to say at this point. It worked out well earlier in this matchup. Until, of course, Melina was to get overly fatigued. And now, but now it's working out well. Once again, rebound the legs off the Hurricane here. This could actually be it here. Natalia, and no, she's not going to be able to get there in time. Nikki Bella's going to break it up right there. And now this, that running snap mirror. I can say it's a snap mirror. No, it's not a snap mirror, but over there. And now, kick right to the back. Right there. By Brie Bella. Taking down Melina. Melina, she's hurt. She is hurt. And well, just 6 days before the Bash at Sunday. Of course, this is Monday Night Raw. Most likely being uploaded not on a Monday. But I digress. It's supposed to be Monday Night Raw. It's not going to be uploaded on a Monday. Because currently this is being recorded at like 10 p.m. on a Friday. So, probably gonna be uploaded on like 11 or 12 p.m. / 12 a.m. on a Saturday. Whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, now, as I was talking, completely missed what happened. But right now, side headlock here by Nick Bell. And now Melina has her up here, body slam right in the center of the ring. Nicely done on Bella's part, have to admit that at least. And now it's just gonna pick up a fatigued Divas champion, that weird ass maneuver. I hate that so much. I hate seeing that. I need to change their movesets. I can't because it's PSP. If this was PS2 or Xbox, I could. But I can't, because it's PSP and Spear once again. Now that has to be it. As much as I have to admit that Melina's my favorite here, but that has to be it. It's 3. No, Natalya is a fucking lifesaver. Once again, Natalya saving the matchup for her team, and Melina, suddenly some Hulk Hogan type shit right here. Hulking up, I guess, and now gonna make the tag to Natalya to get that opening. And she's pissed off about that one, but she's gonna have to focus on Natalya, because now Natalya is about to look to gain some more momentum here. She hasn't really been doing too well wise of tag team overall wise, because to be fair, most of the time she's tagged in back Melina. Not sure how smart that is, but when it comes to saving Melina, which I believe has happened on like 4 or 5 occasions at this point, it's been very, very useful. As now Melina with a kick right there, and Natalya to go behind, and now gonna get the shot right to the back of the head. Not really all that effective, and grass body right there by Nick Bell. Ugly, but effective, I guess. And now Melina gonna overlap the corner here. Nick Bell was, I guess, distracted by her, but then again, who wouldn't be? And now Natalya gonna take advantage here. Melina has her chopped to the chest. The pre-implants before Nick Bell had those implants. But either way, that's gonna hurt. And now Natalya, of course, in that triple threat. So maybe she's the odd one out, because Melina and Gail Kim do have history, of course. And Gail Kim just got a victory against... Natalya just got a victory against Gail Kim in a non-title contest. 24 hours after Gail Kim won the Divas title from Melina. So, yeah. Anyway, now, dropkick right there by Melina. Or then again, it could be 2 weeks after. I feel like I'm not confident in saying 24 hours after. It could probably be 2 weeks after. I'm not too sure. I don't know. I haven't checked the statistics. Or just check back in the episode and see the duration compared to Extreme Rules. Whatever. Anyway, now, Natalya and Nick Bell here. Nick Bell, DAT, planning down, I was supposed to Gail Kim, but no, Natalya. Of course, Gail Kim watching from the back. And she's nice, well, and rested before the Bash, while Divas champion Melina and Natalya here is pulling on one hell of a great tag team matchup against the Bella Twins here on Raw. And now, Bray by a little miscommunication right there, as Nick Bella did grab Bray instead of Natalya. And, well, that kind of startled Bray, and now this could actually help out. As, well, Nikki got taken off the ring apron by Natalya for a couple seconds right there. But Nikki back in the ring apron. Little miscommunication could have worked out heavily to a favor of Natalya and Melina, but Natalya wasn't able to capitalize in time, or just didn't work out fully. And now the spin kick right there. TNA kick. And now go behind. And yes, I stole the TNA kick part from New Leg Sync. I just had to say TNA kick. It's fun to say. And right now, what's this? Drop kick to the temple. Yep. It connects. Nick Bell, of course, did that earlier to Melina, I believe. Although it could be mistaken, it was probably to Natalya, but whatever. And right now, this tag match has been lasting forever. I swear this feels like it's gone on for 20 minutes. I have no idea how long it's been going on for, but whatever. It feels like 20. Probably it's not 20, but it feels like it. And now, here we go. Bray Bell, the hot tag to Nikki Bell. And now Natalya, watch out, gets struck right there. And now, Nikki Bell gonna strike down Melina as well. Oh, no. No, this is not good. Gonna turn Natalya around here. What's Nikki Bell looking for? Natalya is dazed. Nick Bell decided not to take advantage. What a dumbass. And now Natalya here. Off the dumb mistake and just a slap right there. Devastating, I guess, because it took Nikki Bella down to the mat. I have no idea what Nikki was going to try to do, but either way, it didn't work out too well. Hitting Natalya, hitting Melina, and then looking to do something to Natalya once again. It didn't work out at all. And now, this is what we saw in the matchup against Gail Kim. Natalya doing this maneuver right here, a surfboard maneuver, I believe, to wear down the leg for a couple of seconds right there. It's not even for that long period of time, but it's for a couple of seconds. And, of course, followed up by, here we go, the sharpshooter. The Hart family special, as now Melina keeps Nikki Bella away. Keeps Brie Bella away. And this leads to Natalya being able to submit Nikki Bella. The Bella twins have lost. Natalya and Melina get the victory. Wow. Well, thank you, Natalya, I guess. Only thing I could really say. She, on multiple occasions in this matchup, saved. On multiple occasions, she has saved Melina. And while Melina looks very grateful, however, I have to admit, I really don't want to admit it. I really don't want to, but I really have to, though. Melina did not look that impressive. That scares me heading into the bash, because maybe we could have a new Divas champion. Maybe, just maybe, and I really don't like that factor. But anyway, Natalya and Melina, they've left. They've gone up the ramp. The Bella Twins have been gone. And well, this is a filler matchup before our main event. And yes, it's weird to hear that when you see the game Triple H, the cerebral assassin Triple H, to hear that he's in a filler match on Monday Night Raw. That's when you know it's stacked. So of course, people have gotten to opportunities. Batista, Edge, and now gonna be John Cena at the bash. Of course, reckon Shawn Michaels also has gotten to opportunity before. And now Edge, well, he's attacking Triple H before his matchup begins. It was supposed to be Triple H and Edge, time for a head start here. Edge, of course, came up short at Extreme Rules. Didn't work out too well in his favor. Lost the non-disqualification matchup against Orton. He's pissed off about it. No rematch clause for him. Because at this point, we're kind of stopping rematch clauses. Occasionally, well, to be fair to anonymous Raw GM, it's kind of like given rematch clauses. He hasn't given Edge one, though. Which is questionable, but I don't know. I guess this universe mode doesn't really know what it wants to do. The anonymous Smackdown and Raw GMs and ECW GM as well. I guess they don't really... Well, rematch clause-wise, for at least Raw, Sheamus hasn't got one, but, you know, Melina has gotten one. Which, questionable, yes, but if it's Melina or Edge, I have no problem with that, necessarily. But, yes, Edge, definitely kind of pissed off about that, if you ask me. And now, Flo or DDT right there by the game. And, of course, Shawn Michaels came up short in that triple threat number one contenders matchup 3 weeks back between him, John Cena, and, well, Triple H. Cena, of course, won that one, hence why it's Cena versus Orton at the bash. But since Shawn Michaels, in the previous episode of Universe Mode, months ago, I believe, and if not, then maybe 2 weeks before Extreme Rules, he got a one-on-one victory over Orton in a non-title contest. This led to him getting a one-on-one matchup for the title against Orton, leading the dynamic. If Michaels won, it could be a triple threat between him as champion against challenger Orton and the contender Cena, or him versus Cena as well. Ultimately, Michaels lost, which is why we still have Orton and Cena as our matchup. And Triple H, well, him and Michaels, DX, Unified Tag Team Champions, to kick things off in this universe once we simulated the whole year. Ultimately, they lost it at Backlash to Jeremiz after the Miz just fucked shit up with a hot tag and got the pinfall victory over. I would like to think it's Triple H, actually. It wasn't Shawn, I believe it was Triple H. Although I could be mistaken, though. Yeah, we now Edge. Couple strikes right there, taking down Hunter. Well, not really. But Days and him gets the big boot. That takes him down. The King of Kings here to, well, looking to just get back on track here on Raw. Looking to get future title opportunity. I mean, hey, he could answer the United States Championship Open Challenge. If Sheamus is to do one, if he is to, of course, win the title. I mean, retain the title, I should say. And, of course, Morrison, I believe he'll most likely do one. if he is to win the title after the bash. But then again, we don't really know if they're actually going to do one in general. Sheamus actually did one, which I guess, is questionable because he's the type of person to... I mean, he doesn't back down from a fight, which we got to admit that, but, under the ways he fights, under the circumstances he does it, it's questionable. But the fact that he always is going to fight either way, cheating or not, questionable, but you got to admit, it's very impressive. It's very impressive either way. And now Edge has the arm, taking down the arm of Triple H right there, gets a kick to connect, and now Edge, well, he's pissed that he doesn't have the rematch clause. Who knows, he could probably have one in the future. He probably just hasn't been given one yet, but he could have one if you ask me. Of course, in a couple of months, it's going to be a while away, but the draft between Raw, ECW, and Smackdown, win matches, get a draft pick for your brand. It'll be spanning across from an episode of Raw, an episode of ECW, an episode of Superstars, and an episode of Smackdown. Unless things are to change, which they could change in the next couple of months, which hopefully they don't, but we shall see. That will be in the next 3 months, next 3 pay-per-views. We got 3 down. Well, the bash will make it 3 down. And then the night after the 6th pay-per-view, we shall see what happens there necessarily. And now, knee right to a gut right there by Triple H, taking down Edge. When you think of a main event worthy matchup anywhere in the world, Triple H and Edge is one that surprisingly doesn't pop into your head. Because if you think about Triple H and Edge, they haven't fought all that much. Have they before? Yes. All that much though? No. Because if you think about, I think of Triple H and Shawn Michaels, I think of Edge and Shawn Michaels. I think of Triple H and Orton, I think of maybe like Edge and Cena and stuff like that. But then when you think of all the main events on Raw, well, the main events here in Raw, ECW, and SmackDown in general, and you think about all the combination of matches and great matches, or just most popular ones, you don't really think Triple H and Edge, which is what makes this an interesting matchup if you ask me. And of course, in your main event up next, tag team action, Stone Cold Steve Austin and WWE Champion Randy Orton team up against Batista and John Cena. Of course, I explained that in the beginning of this show. I see right there, Triple H, nice connection right there, the elbow to the back of the head. Edge can answer back with a kick, and Edge now has him and gets the big boot to connect right there. The Radar Superstar looking to get a big victory over the King of Kings here, and Edge has him up, fireman's carry and flatliner right there. I would like to think it's a flatliner, not sure about that though. And now Edge gets another big boot to connect. It's been working out pretty well for him so far. Triple H though, able to roll through, has him from behind, and here we go, going to chop block him down. Taking the leg down Edge. Of course, that's going to affect Edge heavily as this matchup progresses. It's going to stop him from doing the spear, of course. Edge, the leg is not too weakened so far, but Triple H is going to have to work on it just a little bit longer if you ask me. And now Edge now going to take down the arm of Triple H once again. Doesn't really affect Triple H so far. And now here we go, flow over DDT. Taking down Edge right there. I believe the first big maneuver in this matchup as Triple H now. Well, obviously, besides the running knee strike that Triple H always does, the classic Triple H maneuver. Besides that, not really nothing too crazy so far here in this matchup. It's been pretty calm. Besides, of course, the beginning where Edge looked for a head start over Triple H. Hasn't worked out too well. Of course, it will ultimately prove that it did work some way, somehow, if Edge is to get a victory. But we shall see what happens there. As now Edge turned around, Triple H has him up, electric chair, and drops him down onto the mat. Classic Edge right there. And now Triple H gonna fight back, gonna shove Edge away. But Edge just gonna stay on him like a tiny gnat, like a fruit fly, I guess. Same thing, different name. And now gonna take him down right there. Triple H now gets the elbow to connect right to the back. Triple H, he's hurt. He's hurt. Hold on to his head here. Questionable. And what happened there on this matchup. And DDT, and that's not going to do Triple H any favors. The Radar Superstar now has Triple H. Execution right there. Edge now. Classic Edge. Send him to the middle of the ring here. What's Edge looking for? He's in the corner. Triple H is dazed. Here we go, the spear. The Radar Superstar lands the devastating spear. This could be it, and yes it is. It's a 3 count. Edge has done it. Edge has defeated Triple H here and now on Monday Night Raw. What a contest right there. Pretty interesting matchup right there. Nothing too crazy until those last couple of seconds. Edge, yeah, we get the electric chair drop. The execution, of course. And the spear later on. I believe the only thing that we were missing from our top moves in Edge's arsenal, of course, is obviously the Edge-O-Matic as well. Well, hey, 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Especially when the most devastating one was able to connect and get you the victory. Anyway, we need to go backstage as Todd Grisham is with Sheamus. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the reigning United States Champion, Sheamus. And now Sheamus was just 6 days away from the Bash a couple minutes ago, of course, at the Fatal 4. John Morrison won. And well, Sheamus, all I need to ask is what are your thoughts for when you defend that United States Championship against John Morrison, especially since you and him have had a matchup a couple weeks back. Now, yes, it did go in your favor, but Sheamus, do you think at the Bash, do you even think we have that United States Championship around your waist? Well, I'll tell you right now. Right there, Todd, right there, that was a stupid question. That was one of the most idiotic questions I've ever been asked in my life. Do I think I will still hold this US Championship around my waist after the Bash? Of course, I will end up after a Bash still the United States Champion of this Raw brand. A couple weeks ago when I held a United States Championship Open Challenge for this very title, I proved to the Raw roster that I am a fighting champion, and I proved it by defeating John Morrison with a submission maneuver that wasn't even my own. Morrison, he's weak. He got lucky in that fatal forward a couple minutes back, and at the Bash, I will prove that it was just luck in that fail forward. Because ultimately, if Morrison thinks second time's gonna be a charm for him, it's not gonna be. Because at the Bash this Sunday, I will retain the United States Championship. And there's nothing that you, these fans, or anyone else in this Raw locker room can do about it. Well, Todd, there's your answer, I guess. Did Todd really deserve all of that? I don't really think so, but Sheamus said himself, he is a fighting champion. He's just one with a very bad attitude. Anyway, now, John Cena already waiting for his matchup to begin. His tag team partner Batista as well. Orton, the WWE Champion, has already made his entrance. And Stone Cold, the final entrant here in this tag team matchup. Austin 316 is here on Monday Night Raw. Stone Cold Steve Austin, last time we saw him, we saw him lose to the Animal Batista. And I believe maybe 2 weeks before the Backlash pay-per-view, before, of course, Batista came up short in his WWE Championship matchup against Randy Orton. So, 2 interesting dynamics for Batista heading into this matchup. And so we shall see how that goes. This Raw crowd here in Seattle, Washington is hyped up for Stone Cold Steve Austin. However, in seeing a fellow Washington native, and of course the Animal Batista, are they happy or are they mad about it? I have no idea. Of course, Batista, the hometown hero. It's Washington. He is the hometown boy here tonight. But him and Stone Cold are the odd one out. Because at this point, this tag team matchup is just focusing on Cena and Orton. Speaking of which, our preview of the Bash for WWE Championship in 6 days on Sunday night at the Bash, as see right here, DDT by the WWE Champion Randy Orton. Can this be Cena's fate in 6 days? Can Randy Orton retain the WWE Championship against this new-founded attitude of John Cena? Questionable. I mean, the kids hate it. The mothers hate it. The fathers love it or hate it. Not really too sure about the fathers. Mothers and kids, though, they're disappointed in Cena. Cena attacking Shawn Michaels after a triple threat weeks back. And that number one contender's triple threat, ultimately. And, well, people don't like it. Majority of the backlash has been on Cena. And this is one of the rare times, I believe the only time in history, where majority of this WWE Universe has gone for Orton over Cena. Orton, you know, he's been a fan favorite. He's been doing pretty well for himself. He has successfully defended the WWE Championship against Batista at Backlash and against Edge at Extreme Rules in a no disqualification matchup. Orton is a fighting champion. He's like Sheamus, but he doesn't have such a bad attitude. Now, of course, Orton did punt Michaels in the skull in the WWE Championship matchup a couple weeks back. But it was questionable, if you ask me. It was definitely questionable by Orton. He did the punt and he also did the RKO. I'm not sure if it was in that order, though, but he did do both of his two finisher maneuvers. It was very questionable on the part of Orton. Did Michaels deserve the punt? Not too sure about it, but otherwise than that, it's just been Randy Orton controlling the Raw brand. He's been the face of Monday Night Raw. He's been holding that title since this year's month begun. And can he ultimately stay champion come to Bash? Or will this newfound attitude of John Cena take control of the Raw brand? Let's see where they're seeing right there. Nice snapmare, tagging the Animal, Batista. These two have history, along with Batista and Orton. But of course, Batista and Cena gonna put things aside here. The enemy of my enemy is my friend here. And DDT right there by the WWE Champion Randy Orton. He has defeated Batista already at Backlash. Batista, of course, I would like to think Batista wants to forget about that. And we now kick right to the stomach by Randy Orton. And now into the corner goes the Animal. Clothesline right there by the WWE Champion. Stone Cold now. He wants to be tagged in, I would assume. And Batista's not going to let that happen. I believe Orton was going to strike down Batista to later than tag him in. But Batista going to keep Orton away from Stone Cold. Stone Cold is a little bit more fresher. Cena did hit a couple good maneuvers onto Orton. Batista wants to take advantage since Orton will be more fatigued compared to a freshly tagged in Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Stone Cold staring down. Batista misses the grapple right there, though. Off the ropes goes Randy Orton, and holy shit. Okay, then Batista manhandling Orton, and Orton's back is hurt. Cena now tagged back in two here. Gets a shoulder block to connect. Not going to let Orton catch just a tiny glimpse of breath. That makes no sense. You know what I mean. And now Stone Cold taking down Cena right there. But Cena, that strike didn't redace Cena as much as it usually would to other people. Cena, he's not other people. This man is basically almost God. He's like the wrestling version of God. Him, Hogan, and Taker. Kick out at 2 all day. And now Orton gonna tag in Stone Cold here. And Steve Austin and John Cena. A dream match that we thought could never happen. It's happening here in the most random of times. It's happening here in the go-home edition of Monday Night Raw before the Bash pay-per-view in 6 nights. And now Stone Cold has him with a back suplex. Bending Cena's back like an accordion, and Stone Cold, he's like, I'm out. You go take care of him, champ. Stone Cold, surprisingly, didn't lay a mud hole or anything onto Cena. Well, he's going to get another opportunity because Orton, he wants to give the pleasures to Stone Cold, and Cena completely misses Stone Cold. Gets a lot of Orton, though. Not really sure who Cena was aiming for. I believe he was probably aiming for Stone Cold. He skimmed by his shoulder. He barely connected, and if not, then he didn't at all. But he got all of Orton, but Orton is right back on the ring apron. Orton looks a little bit pissed off about it. Rightfully so, because Cena took a nasty connection onto Orton right there. And now here we go. I guess say a rematch from a couple weeks back. Well, a couple months back. Batista ended up defeating Stone Cold. A couple weeks before Batista's matchup at Backlash against Orton. And now, Batista definitely is sad about that. Well, yes, he definitely wants to forget about his loss to Orton at Backlash a couple months back. He at least wants to remember his victory over Stone Cold to set up for that title match. Of course, Batista won a ladder match against Shawn Michaels to become number one contender for the WWE Championship at Backlash. It was like a 28-minute ladder match. It was a long-ass ladder match, but Batista won it and got a 1-1 victory over Stone Cold, and I believe over some other people as well, to set up for the match at Backlash, and then Orton ultimately just won it. Batista had a whole lot of good momentum going for him. Orton stopped out, and now Stone Cold, a low thrust press with some mounted punches onto the referee right there. Completely misses Batista, but I guess Stone Cold decided, F it, and decided to hit the referee as well. Karn and elbow type, who's going to win this exchange here? It's going to be the Animal, surprisingly enough. Batista has the strength advantage, but, that was going to be Stone Cold. I see right there, Batista launches Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin 316 here. Not doing too well here in Seattle, Washington, but what a strike right there. Drilling down the M on Batista. Is down, and Stone Cold lays down John Cena. Cena was looking for a cheap tactic right there, and Stone Cold not going to let it happen. The stunner. Taking down Batista. And Batista landed so perfectly in the ring. Stone Cold just gonna adjust it just a little bit here. And now the pin. Can Orton get there in time to make sure Cena doesn't get there in time? And now Cena's gonna break it up. Stone Cold gets the stunner to connect. But ultimately, John Cena, too quick, was able to get there before Orton and Cena broke it up. That could have been it. Stone Cold could have gotten the victory for his team right there. And Batista, he's hurt after that stunner. He is definitely hurt after a stunner. And I believe Stone Cold, that's more where that came from. He's just going to lead to it. And now it's this here. Has Batista up. Body slam. Okay, then that's unorthodox. Just throws him into the ropes. Kind of a cool maneuver, if you ask me. Into a pinfall here. Imagine that. The ref getting into position, but Cena's going to break it up in time. The ref took way too long. And Cena, once again, right place, right time. And now shoulder block, shoulder tackle right there by Batista. Once again, taking down Stone Cold Steve Austin. Cena now holding Stone Cold back. Batista is too hurt to capitalize. He is hurt. He's just staring down Stone Cold. And Cena's just going to decide, well, screw it, he didn't want to do anything. Well, he just pushed Stone Cold into Batista. So maybe that actually did work out into both Cena and Batista's favor. As now the Animal here can send Stone Cold off the ropes. Has him with the go behind. Has him back suplex. And there goes Austin. Of course, Austin, history of neck issues. Not going to work out too well. But Stone Cold, he's going to persevere. He's going to fight through this here. He's definitely going to have to make a tag on Randy Orton, though. But Stone Cold, well, he definitely hasn't lost a step here. It's just been the fact that Batista and Cena have been able to get the better of him on multiple occasions. And now the side headlock here. Batista has up Steve Austin, takes him down with a scoop and a body slam right there. Misses the double X handle though. And Stone Cold gets caught by Batista, gets sent flying once again. The raw power of the Animal just manhandling Stone Cold Steve Austin. And now John Cena, a couple of those amazing maneuvers, a couple of the strikes right there. Hard hitting on the part of John Cena. And now multiple more strikes for a good measure. Proving my point. And now drop toe hold right there. Nicely done on Cena's part. The newfounded attitude of John Cena. Not very well liked. Some people will say that they hate Cena now. Gonna jump on the bandwagon of hating Cena. And they'll love to see Stone Cold and Orton kick his ass here tonight on Monday Night Raw. And now once again a preview for the bash. As Cena gets sent into the corner. And now Orton staring down Cena. Stone Cold saying some stuff to Cena as well. Orton not going to take advantage though. Questionable right there. Don't really know what Orton's going to try to go for. But I guess we will never know. Side rush next to right there by Orton. That's now Randy Orton. Can he retain the WWE Championship against Cena at the bash or not? Because, well, yes. If Cena or Orton is able to get a victory in this tag team matchup, that doesn't mean it's going to happen at the bash. Because it could ultimately end up being vice versa of the result, or it could actually be the same result as it is in this tag team matchup. We shall see. As now Orton is cornered. Batista now talking some stuff to Orton. Not really too sure what it was, but I bet it wasn't all that nice. And now drop to hold and an elbow drop shortly after. And by nice, I meant, I don't really like the word. I mean pleasant then. Bottom line, you know, words to piss off Orton. And a pissed off Viper is not really what you need, especially heading to a title defense. I see right there. The classic Randy Orton, the power slam right there. And Batista, both legs are hooked actually. It's a 2 count, but Cena's able to get there in time. Goes past Stone Cold. Well, only one leg was hooked, but Batista gets knocked out. Both legs went up. Anyway, doesn't really matter now. As Orton, here we go. The pinfall. This could actually be it here. Off the power slam, I believe. And yup, that's it. Batista has no more left in the tank. Cena, I believe, was probably on the outside of the ring. Don't really know, but I will assume he's on the outside of the ring. But Orton and Stone Cold get the victory here tonight. Stone Cold now, he's hurt. He's in the ring. Orton's out of the ring, and Stone Cold and Randy Orton, they will celebrate here. Batista is hurt. I believe he was delivered a second power. I believe it was a power slam right there by Orton. Don't really remember where Orton hit to actually get the pinfall on Batista. I would like to think it was another power slam. But either way, there you go. Randy Orton, Stone Cold Steve Austin, they get the victory here tonight on Monday Night Raw. So there you go, and ladies and here are your Raw matches heading into the bash. As of course, while the Unified Tag Team Championships are for both brands, we shall see 2 Raw teams collide to see who will become the Unified Tag Team Champions. Morrison, of course, will challenge Sheamus. Divas champion Melina looks to retain the title against former champion Gail Kim. And well, the odd one now at this point, Natalia. And of course, John Cena is going to challenge Randy Orton for a WWE Championship at the Bash. That's it for this edition of Humorous Mode. Catch you all on ECW, and goodbye.